Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Sporting Elijah here, back with another daily ladder video. Let's take a look at this kingdom. We have potion cards through Scrying Pool and Familiar. Both are look to be fairly strong on this board. The trashing is pretty weak with Remodel. I guess Acolyte is technically trashing, although it's not really building much of a better deck. Minstrel is our village. Barge is our draw. Got Cauldron Tiara with plus buy. Search, loot in this game. I think this is a fairly simple build. Take a remodel early. Try to get a few minstrels in our deck. Get some barge minstrel draw going. Could potentially get a potion to add some scrying pools in. Familiar seems alright. It does have fawning on it, which allows for early provincing, and then you can start trashing the other, or you can start cursing the other player, which seems fairly strong and makes early provincing not as bad. They take a search. I suppose we could have a pile on minstrels. I don't know how good search is though, unless they have a 2/5, in which case it makes sense. So we can take a minstrel. Second minstrel will help us cycle to our remodel a little bit faster. Tiara adds a slight bit more payload, but I think a second minstrel getting around to our remodel a whole bunch is really what's going to be important here. And then we do hit 3 again, unfortunately. Herb Gatherer isn't great. I think I'll just take another silver here just to help hit Barge. I feel like this is a pretty light build. We're not going to build double just because of the familiar. It makes sense to start greening earlier to get those familiars in the deck while you can still avoid potion costs. Okay, we do hit 5 here. That's very nice. Next turn we'll have a guaranteed remodel play. So let's just take a barge. And hopefully you will have Watering Minstrel and Barge collide next turn. Okay, so we top deck the Barge. So there's a good chance that we will get that collision that we want, and we do. So that's very, very nice. We're even going to have another Minstrel on top so we can keep drawing here. And this is a beautiful, beautiful shuffle. It really could not have gone any better. Wow, yeah, that's very, very great. I guess we do have slight thinning technically through remodeling copper into search. It's just beautiful here. Take another search and a cauldron. We just have a huge upper hand on the draw and minstrels. I don't see any way this can go crazily wrong. Maybe they get a few good loot off their searches, but this just seems like it's going about as good as it could have gone for an early game. We can remodel into a search here. Minstrels draw up. And we do have the cauldron so we can get a attack in. Pop all our searches, barge, and yeah, I'm gonna pass on that last search actually. We don't really need it. I'll just end our turn there. And we could start looking on piles here. Do have the search pile, which will be pileable. We could just attack gardens potentially. Although I feel like sticking to the original province plan and just getting a province with our familiar is going to be really strong as well. Start cursing them. We do have plus buy through our loot. Speaking from loot. I don't even. We got jewels and doubloons. So we can even remodel into a province. Oh wait, did they get? Oh, okay. Um, yeah, early resign makes plenty of sense there. We just had about as perfect early game as I could have gotten. Okay, they had the loot, was jewels and doubloons, and we had even better loot through spell scroll and shield. I guess shield wasn't doing all that much, but spell scroll is such a strong loot on that board as well. We can gain a play a barge, or we can gain a cauldron to start cursing. We could gain a familiar. Yeah, we just really had a big upper hand there. I do think the potion from them was probably a mistake. I mean, scrying pull is good, but passing up um, like a wandering minstrel there to help cycle that remodel really is what was able to get me going. Was getting those minstrels to cycle to remodel to keep trashing those estates and then eventually trash those copper searches. And I think the potion was overall a bad mistake, but I just had amazing shuffles, so I can't really say that potion was too terrible there. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.